All right, I'm happy to introduce my next guest, and her name is Deshauna Yamini. Deshauna is an author, and she has a beautiful book to share with us. Her book is called If She Can Do It, I Can Do It. That title is perfect for what we're talking about at this program today, which is study people with influence. So she has a book that is for girls and women. It's a children's book for Black women, created by a Black woman for everyone. Deshauna is a graduate of Sinclair College in Dayton, Ohio. She's also employed there at Sinclair College right now. She has a master's degree that she has master's in, is that business administration from
Yes.
Franklin University. And she's a lifelong learner, love to learn. She has a certificate in African American Studies, and I'm sure that is a good way to share information that people don't know that much. You'd be surprised how much African American history is hidden and not shared. So this book is beautiful, a beautiful way and creative way of teaching more about our history. So Deshauna has been married to her husband, Abdul, for nearly 24 years, and they have three beautiful children. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here with us today. Tell us some more
Thank you
about
for having
yourself and
me.
your book.
Book is called If She Can Do It, I Can Too. And it started as a class project in one of my African American studies classes. It was African American history class. And in my professor slash colleague at the time, in her syllabus, she gave us an assignment to write a children's book at the fourth grade level on any topic in Black history. And I knew like within minutes, I would write about women. So I had already been reading so much information about women in Black history. So it was just a no brainer. I came home maybe a day or two later after receiving the assignment, and I wrote it in hours. At the time, it only had to be 20 pages. So only 8 women were featured initially. And when I began to research actually turning it into an actual real book at the insistence of one of my students, um, I realized that it had to be, there's a minimum, like an industry standard of 32 pages. So I added 4 women to the book. So the
Right.
women who are featured are some very well known and some maybe not as well known, but they are Madam C.J. Walker. We have Mary McLeod Bethune, who is the founder, one of the founders of Bethune Cookman College in Florida. We have Bessie Coleman, who was an aviator. We have Augusta Savage, who was a very world-renowned sculptor, but a lot of her work was destroyed, which saddens me. Ella Jo Baker, who is the architect of the civil rights movement. Dr. Mamie Phipps Clark, who was a very famous psychologist, along with her husband. They helped to influence the positive outcome of the Brown versus Board of Education case. We also have Fannie Lou Hamer, who worked tirelessly in the South for voting rights and human rights and civil rights. I also feature Katherine Johnson, who you may recall from Hidden Figures. It's her math that got astronauts to the moon. Dr. Patricia Babb, who was the first Black woman in ophthalmology, also a famous inventor of the laser phaco probe, which is used in cataract surgery. Dr. Mae Jemison, what can't Dr. Jemison do? Astronaut, engineer, she's just so fantastic. And of course, Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. Because no matter what your political affiliation, I believe that when you look at that composite photo, of 234 years of white men and you see her face. It makes your hair stand up on your arm.
It's historic right there. I mean,
Yeah.
for her to get to that level. And it's amazing that
Yes.
is history that we have witnessed. Our first the Obamas in the White House, and then Kamala is just beautiful. It just feels
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Black women have a lot of power, and it's amazing how the Black women, we talked about synergy in the program today, how the
Yes.
Black women came together to support her and raise all that money overnight.
Overnight.
Right.
92% turnout.
Yes. Yes. Beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah. Let us show a little video clip of your book, and it's just beautiful. The way you put it together is so unique, and
Yes. I was told by my publisher that a book can have a trailer like a movie has a trailer. And when I was a kid, I wanted to be Queen Latifah. You know, I love rap. I'm a hip hop head to my heart, and I
uh-huh.
knew that I wanted something that rhymed, that would promote my book. I was thinking about Sesame Street at the time. I was thinking, if I'm on Sesame Street with a Muppet, what would that song sound like? And came up with this.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna look at that. I love that. If Sesame Seed was, if you were a Muppet, this is what it would sound like.
Right.
Be inspired.
I
History is
did.
full of examples of Black excellence in every field. If she can do it, I can too highlights the achievements of women in Black Her Story. With rhymes and information, children of all ages can learn where we have been and where we are going. The book reminds and affirms what is possible. If she can, if she can do it, I can too. I know I can. If she can do it, I can too. Look to the ones of yesterday to inspire what you do today. And tomorrow you can proudly say, look out, world, I'm on my way. I'm ready to be the best that I can be. As I look to Black Her Story, and as I walk into my destiny, I realize that she is me. If she can, if she can do it, I can too. I know I can. If she can do it, I can too. I'm gonna make it and there isn't a doubt. There are no limits as I figure it out. And as I learn what life is all about, I'll be winning as I travel my route. No matter the storm, no matter the weather, from every goal to every endeavor. As I explore, I will never say never. Through what I give, I live forever. If she can, if she can do it, I can too. I know I can. If she can do it, I can too.
Love it, love it. That's so cute.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
How the people find you, how they get.
So you go to ifshecandoit.me is the website where the book is sold. And you can also link to this video from that website as well.
Beautiful. What else would you like to tell us, that what's coming up, or what's some other things you'd like to share with us about your book and what you're doing, your project?
This book was, you ever feel like something is just meant to be? This was not the first book I was supposed to write. I am big on affirmations and vision boards and telling myself things over and over because your subconscious mind doesn't know what's real and what isn't. So why not say great things all the time about yourself and to yourself? So I have a vision board right over in my corner, and it says I will be a published author. Now, I think I made that particular board maybe in 2018, 2017, and my goal was to write a book about healthful eating and not being so drawn to uh, the surgeries that get you thin very quickly, or doing something to your body that your body might have a hard time adjusting to. I lost a very beloved family member to such a procedure. There was a catalyst that set everything off that took her away from us. And I really wanted to share her story and really talk to anybody who was dealing with weight, that there's a better way to do it, that you might be misdiagnosed, you might, a number of things. And so that was the first book I was supposed to write. But then by encouraging my students to earn this short-term certificate in African American studies, and then saying, I'll take the classes with you. I want to learn as well. Again, I'm a lifelong learner. I'll do this with you. And one of my teachers or my professors, and who was my colleague at that time, I am now resigned from Sinclair College, but to have her say, okay, you're going to write a children's book in this class. And then over the pandemic, I actually wrote this book as part of that class. This class was in 2018. And in 2020, a couple years later, a student saw my assignment version of the book in the office and took it home and read it to his daughter and came back and said, you should publish this for real. You should turn this into a real book. So a few weeks later, the pandemic was declared. And I don't know about you, but something about that lit a fire under me to go for every dream that I had. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do this children's book first. And it was like everything that I started to research about it just came together so effortlessly. Like it was something that was meant to be. And so I couldn't ignore that. I was like, okay, I need a publisher. And then I met a publisher locally. And then I said, I would like the illustrator to be a woman, and preferably a Black woman would be wonderful. No sooner than I said that, I scrolled through Facebook and I find my illustrator, a young Black woman. It was like everything just came together so effortlessly, like it was supposed to exist. So I'm really proud of it. I love talking about it. A lot of synchronicity and synergy that brought it to life. And I'm grateful to tell just a brief snippet of these women's lives who, during their time, the time that they were alive, the world was a much different place. And to be in your home country and be told, no, you can't do that. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like they were trying to do anything wrong. They just wanted to learn how to fly. Mm-hmm. They wanted to learn how to be a better sculptor. Augusta Savage went to France to study. Bessie Coleman went to France to study because they were told no, or there's no school for you here. And so it was like they learned what they needed to learn by any means necessary. They had people who were willing to fund their endeavors from all walks of life. And what could you do if you were never told no? That was one of the most simple questions that came from this project. What could you do if you were never told no?
Right.
Women know first.
Yes.
It's just to see the things that they've done against all the odds is inspiring. And I think that young women and young men can be influenced by what's written in these pages. And one of the questions I would get all the time is, why is there a little boy on the cover? This is a book for girls. I'm like, no, it isn't. It's not just for girls. The same way when I write about 12 Black men, it won't be just for boys. There will be a girl on the cover of that book. Mm-hmm. So I think that it's for everyone. Just like I said, it was a labor of love, and it's for everyone. Everyone can learn.
It's beautiful. It's for everyone. And I agree, because even if they're not little Black children, they need to still know the history of Black women and Black men and what we contribute to this country and to the world. Yes. and that
Yes.
they're all challenges from all races. All the kids have challenges and don't believe in themselves. So this is another way for everybody to really get that inspiration from seeing someone else do it, that I can do it, because we have so much more technology and so much more to draw from and
Mhm.
encourage and support than
Yes.
those women did back then.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I really thank you for sharing your book. I'm looking forward to getting a copy. I have little
Absolutely.
grandchildren that definitely need to read that book, and I like to hear them do the rhymes to it too. That makes
Yes.
it even more fun. So thank
Yes.
you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.